What's up, YouTube? Apple Wheel Challenge here, and let's just go over the updates quickly. Closing hood last time, that was the day I published the last video, exited out for $10, which is great. I rolled LLY, opened Chewy, adjusted Chewy, opened Roku, and this started me day trading. I made $500 off of 3 trades on this Friday. Then I made 2 Roku day trades here for 138 profit. Rolled LLY, or no, opened up an additional expiration for LLY. Then Wednesday did $75 worth of Roku day trades. Messing with LLY again, and 145 for Roku day trades. Then that brings us to today, when I closed out the Roku day trade from yesterday for a whopping $5 profit, opened up an Apple right before it collapsed, and so now I'm stuck in that. So let's just go over to LLY. Things were going fine in here. I was actually hoping to hold through expiration, counting on 250 to hold. The SMA is right there. I guess I can show you that on a better chart. Okay, so hoping that 250 would hold here on the 100-day, no, 50 day. And of course, it blew right through that. Fortunately, we have caught here at around 240. Hopefully that sticks. But then, as my luck would have it, the other ticker that I get into is Apple. I actually don't even know or necessarily care what LLY news was. Apple's has to do with their in-app purchases and stuff. So I put it on, right in here, thinking that it was going to bounce up to at least the high of the day at that time. So I don't think my entry was actually bad. The Roku that I put on at the end of the day yesterday was terrible. That was a bad entry. I misread the market completely. It ended up going nowhere where I was expecting. So anyway, that one I own. This one was just unfortunate timing. So I'm not going to take responsibility for that. But with the LLY drop, the margin requirements jumped up substantially. And so, margin expansion is something that I've talked about here before. But basically, because I had the extra Roku day trade in play, that was 6,000 of collateral. With the LOI expansion, that made it so that I got margin called yesterday for 1,500, something like that. So luckily, Roku behaved at the very beginning of today, and I was able to get out for $5 profit, free up that collateral so that my margin call is satisfied. I was able to close, I think, on this jump. At this point, I was still hoping to make a play with it, but then it kind of was evident that it wasn't going to happen, so I just exited for $5. Luckily, that hit, since it's been down all day here. Okay, so the margin expanded. I closed Roku. That freed up 6, but 1.5 or almost 2 had already been eaten. I was negative. So then that gave me around 3 or 4 to work with, upwards into 5. So that's enough to play Apple. Apple only requires about 3. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do an Apple, just make a quick $50 instead of aiming for the 100 to 200 that I'm normally aiming for Roku. But then, of course, that went south, and I'm now down 500 on that one. So the intention now is it's 160. Right now, we're hovering right at 150. So this is possible for next Friday. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'll probably look to roll this out Monday or Tuesday, or close for a scratch. I don't know that I'll be able to, so I'll probably have to roll this out once or twice in order to make that a viable position. Drew's actually looking pretty good. I rolled down from the 84 to 83, and now we're at 75 strikes, so $8 again, totally doable. This was actually up a buck or two at one point today. and it was, I think it was like $78. I guess I could always go check, huh? If I could type. Yeah, so 77, 75, somewhere in that range. Anyway, so yeah, I guess at that point it was uh, $5 away. And so that one is actually not in too bad of shape. LLY, I rolled both of these down and out to buy substantially more time. They were like 7 days to expiration and 21 maybe. So I rolled it out the whole way to what I would normally do spreads with, 45 days. I kept them on separate because at one time they were different strikes and different contracts. At this point, I could just merge them. Not a big deal. But anyway, I gave myself plenty of time and rolled down. So now these are both within $5, which is fine. They were 250s originally. ROKU, it has been my longest, I think, of these positions. Yeah, so it's 350. To move $10 in a day is very routine for ROKU. $20 is very possible. So this is really within a good day's play. So let's go to ROKU's chart. I'm not going to do much charting analysis today. Again, I put it back here on the yellow, but we haven't moved substantially down. We could find a base here, or we can go the whole way down to 320-ish. And then my next support level is around 300. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I do think, I'm bullish on the chart. We can see down back here and back here some support at around this level. I do think it's due for a good spell here. And maybe now that there's a little bit more separation, we can come up on the 20 and then consolidate on that. We'll see. Either way, I have closing orders for most of these to get out at 25%. So we'll see. At this point, the account is down to one of the lowest levels it's been in quite some time. Yeah, so back here in July maybe is, I guess it would have been beginning of August. Yeah. Meanwhile, I've already made close to $900 this month, and we're only 10 days in. So I'm aiming for 2,000 for the month, and I think I can hit it, especially if one of these plays starts to go my way. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's about it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.